You guys, Billy's RC here, back on the channel, and it's been a little bit since I've made the video on the very first hobby grade RC, so I thought I'd just show you guys my first 8th scale voice crack there. My first 8th scale, this is an associated RC 8.2E ready to run. Even back then I was getting ready to run, obviously, but anyway, that's not the point though. Point is that this is my first 8th scale, and this is what really got me into the 8th scale world. 8th scale buggy racing, 8th scale chuggy racing, 8th scale pretty much everything. So, it's made by Team Associated, obviously. I got this at my local hobby shop like 4 years ago. I think it's almost as old as my two-wheel drive Stampede, but it's not as old. So, getting into it, this is actually my first body I've actually painted, so the job on it really isn't that good. Look at that. It's really not that great. And there's a whole bunch of this on this thing. It's kind of like the Stampede, like a whole bunch of stuff is kind of broken. And it's kind of, I mean, I tried to fix this thing. Now I've actually used this recently as my main 8th scale back in March-ish, whenever I was like barely getting into 8th scale at all, and all these electronics that you see were replaced, every single one, even the receiver. So over that period of time, this is still the original motor that it comes with. It's just it's a Reedy 2200 kV motor. Don't know what the pull is on it, but I know that it is 2200 kV, so it's quite fast. It's really, it's a beast of a motor. I've upgraded a couple things on it since I've had it, but it's pretty much all the same. ESC is a dynamite fuse, and I got this thing just so I could, because my last one burnt out, and at that point, whenever the original ESC burnt out, I never touched this thing again. So I just kind of put this thing on here. I just kind of let my friends use this thing now, because it can take jumps, it can take all that. Servo is one of those Power HD ones. I don't know how well the servo saver works though, but it does have a plastic horn just so I can put some flex in it, I guess. We have aluminum chassis brace back here, which is actually an upgrade part from a different Associated car. But this thing really didn't handle that well, if I'm going to be completely frank. I mean, it didn't handle. I changed, I think like one time I changed the suspension setup on this thing, and I think the shocks just need to be replaced, just like straight up, because it's got the same issue as the Stampede. The front is way too bouncy, back is just over dampened, doesn't work well at all. But I did this thing a lot as well, because it did get me into the 8th scale racing world. Something that I really enjoy now, actually. And underneath the chassis, it's a 7075 aluminum, actually. It's a 7075, I can't believe it, to be completely honest. It's a really nice grade aluminum. There's really not that many scratches or scrapes on this thing. It's not like the low C was. It's actually like, this is like one of the coolest things I thought Associated did, was put a 7075 aluminum chassis, because that just really makes it way better, to be completely honest. It makes it nice, smooth. You don't want to get a whole bunch of these scratches, even though there's a couple on there. But getting it back on this thing, some things that I did like about this thing, I like that it could actually race. I could actually race it. It was an 8th scale, and it had an abundance of power. It had a lot of power, crazy power. I like that the way it handled at the time. The way it handled at the time was actually pretty good, but I kind of screwed up with the crappy suspension setup that I gave it. But one day I might redo it, but most likely not. Just because, it is an outdated design. By this point, it is an outdated design. I'm going to straight up say it. It's an outdated design. For one, the suspension geometry of it is kind of standard, but it's just not like, it's just old. I mean, you can still race it, it can still do fine, but it won't do as well as like a low C, like a modern low C, or even like a modern Associated car. Because Associated cars now, they pretty much look the same. except they changed a few things here and there, but you can tell it is an RTR because the rear, you can see that it's clearly an RTR, and in the back there's actually a lot of travel. There's probably way too much travel in the back, and there's a good amount in the front. It's actually what it comes out of the box standard. Out of the box, well, this thing actually costs, let's put out the cost right now. This thing was $500, and I spent a whole bunch of money trying to make it better, but in the end, really, I moved on to better stuff. So yeah, so this is my first ever 1/8 scale Buggy. It is pretty nice. I will say that I do owe this thing a lot. I don't use it anymore though, and I'm not going to get rid of it for that. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about this, or if you have any good video ideas, because I just kind of thought this would be a nice video idea. But if you guys don't like videos like these, let me know what I should make, to be completely honest, because I need some video ideas. You know, I have some pretty good ones in my head. I just need to wait until the daytime, and I need to get some new stuff. But well, I don't really need to get new stuff, but I just like you guys' support, if I'm being completely honest. So thanks for watching, guys, once again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.